Horror start for Pakistan, one must say. Like, after 2 decades, Rizwan captaincy was massive setback for Pakistan. Pakistan had 48 freaking dot balls. They were not even looking to rotate the strike. They were not trying to make an effort to score boundaries. There was a lack of game awareness from Babar's side. Hey guys, welcome to this Champions Trophy edition of Fast Appeal. Let's look at the first match, Pakistan versus New Zealand. Horror start for Pakistan, one must say. Like, after 2 decades, they are hosting a international ICC event and such a disappointing start for the home side. So let's start from the toss. Rizwan won the toss and he chose to bowl first, citing due to come in the second innings. Fair enough. Having said so, in such a major tournament and being the opening game that is, it would have been better for Pakistan to go via the batting approach just to set some target and give their bowlers some kind of a cushion. Yes, the dew might set in, but there is, like, we have seen numerous times in the past where captains have made a call mainly because of dew and lost a big advantage, because this pitch in Karachi was too paced. The bounce was even, but the ball was topping a bit, and progressively it kept difficult for batting, and the moment the dew didn't come in, it got even harder for Pakistan batsmen, and it was not done easy in terms of how they went about the chase itself, which we will get into a bit of time. But I have quite a long notes that look at. Next is, when you look at New Zealand's start, it wasn't the greatest one. They lost the top three pretty quickly. But from there, they controlled the middle overs completely. And in the last 10 overs, they scored close to 113 runs and 2 centurions, Will Young and Tom Latham. They played brilliantly well. Take nothing away from them. But I think Rizwan captaincy was a massive setback for Pakistan. If you look at it, the moment the New Zealand batsman went against their spinners, even at one shot, he took them out of the attack and brought in the pacers. And the only way in which Pakistan could have used the advantage of bowling first was without the dew, get the spinners in. And New Zealand are good, decent batting lineup, but if you put a bit of pressure on them, they would feel the heat. But I think Pakistan failed to do so, and they were feeding to New Zealand's plan, I would say. And if I'm the analyst for New Zealand cricket team, I would have been really happy, because everything that I pulled yesterday worked. So kudos to New Zealand to putting up a great target, 320, which was a bit above par. I would have said like 280 to 290 would have been par on that pitch, but they went beyond. But having said so, it was not like a difficult target to chase. It was pretty evenly set up had Pakistan went off for a good start. Coming to Pakistan batting, let's look into this. So Fakhar got injured during the first innings, and he was not eligible to bat first, rather open, because he was away for a particular number of overs, so he needs to compensate that in the second innings, so he had to come down a bit. Fair enough. Now, Shakil, who was supposed to be the number 3, opened with Babar, top order. The way in which both of them started was super tentative, and the pitch was too paced. New Zealand was clocking 140 plus, but it wasn't doing so much that out of the first 10 overs in the power play, Pakistan had 48 freaking dot balls. Almost 7 overs of maiden in the power play where there was no intent. The ball was not moving much, so it was baffling to see the approach of the Pakistani batsmen. At the moment Babar and Rizwan came into the picture, when they were batting together, they were not even looking to rotate the strike. They were not trying to make an effort to score boundaries. And the more and more those two were playing, it was piling up the pressure on to the incoming batsmen. And the moment Rizwan got out by Phillips blinder rather, it was just a matter of time where Pakistan would start collapsing. And yes, Babar did score a 50. Babar did score 60 of 90 balls. That wasn't good enough. He did try to get on with the game, but he couldn't. Pakistan would have had an even bigger margin of defeat had the low middle order didn't contribute. Hence the margin got reduced to 60, or else it would have been way beyond 100. That's what Pakistan was staring into. It was funny that they were not even trying to go for the boundaries. From the outset, if I have to go with Babar's defense, he was supposed to play the anchor innings. Fakhar was the enforcer, but since he couldn't play in the top because of the injury and the time he had off the field, there was a lack of game awareness from Babar's side where he kept on batting the way he used to bat if Fakhar was opening with him. But one more baffling decision that Pakistan made was Fakhar, the moment he came into bat at number 4, he clearly couldn't run, and all he was trying to do is tonk the ball. Fair enough on him. He was trying to get the game going. But on that process, if you look at it, eventually his strike rate was somewhere around 60, mainly because he did get the boundaries going, but in between he had a lot of dot balls as well because he couldn't rotate the strike. It would have been better if someone else would have rotated the strike and also was the enforcer, which Pakistan lower order did pretty well, one must say. If they were promoted up and Fakhar came in the end where the team needed some 70 or 60 runs to do, and then Fakhar was just trying to enforce the game from there, it would have made a bit more sense. Considering Babar was going too defensive, Rizwan again ate up a lot of deliveries, Shakil didn't do justice as well, and Fakhar, who was trying to enforce it but due to injury he was not able to rotate the strike. It just kept on adding the misery, and if you look at it, by the end of the 50 overs, Pakistan had 162 dot balls, like almost 25 overs, half of the innings went in dot balls. If you look at this, the math, they scored 260 in 24 overs, which is pretty, like I would say, pretty like astonishing considering the 2 pace wickets. So Pakistan could have enforced it had the approach which the low middle order had, if the top order would try to replicate it. So yeah, pretty horrible start for Pakistan, and there is a lot of question marks in terms of their fielding abilities and the tactics that's put on the field, both in batting and bowling. A lot of question marks, and it's not going to be easy when Pakistan faces India in the second match, which is virtually a do or die if Pakistan loses that game, which looks like the case because India is like far more prepared in terms of facing them. Then I would say it would be like a very quick end for the hosting nation for the Champions Trophy 2025. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think Pakistan could have done anything differently, or New Zealand was just like too clinical in their approach, which they usually are? But did Pakistan let New Zealand play the way they did, or it was New Zealand who enforced Pakistan to play the game they played? Let me know in the comment section, and if you like such content, please do follow us and subscribe both on YouTube and Instagram. So until next time.